Once again, thanks everybody for coming. I'm just going to speak about the actual website aspect of this project, which is, I wish you'd all just take this down and look at it, because we're going to be adding to it over the next few weeks. It's www.schedule7, as in 7 the figure, stories.com. And for those who've been stopped by Schedule 7 and want to submit a story, it's info@schedule7, again, the figure 7, stories.com. I got involved in this campaign, in this project, because myself, I'm half Irish, half Pakistani, and both sides of my ethnicity, but where I've come from, have been criminalized in this country. And like in the 70s, the Irish never had an avenue to complain about how they were being treated. A lot of the policies that affect the Muslim community today was done to the Irish at the same time. A lot of people have mentioned Patrick Hilliard's study, where he actually explicitly compared the two communities. And there is an element of solidarity between those two communities now. What we want to achieve with this website is to raise awareness amongst those communities that have been affected by Schedule 7 and by those who are concerned about a breach of human rights. Now, how this website will operate is literally as like a central hub, a resource for all those who are willing to take that further step. Matthew just stepped outside there, Matthew Ryder, the lawyer who was speaking, and he said to me, there may be a need for something else to happen. There may be a need for further action to be taken. And his example was that when people are questioned at ports, at airports, that they just refuse en masse. So mass civil disobedience. These are the type of actions that can be discussed via this website. That's what we want it to operate as. But mainly, what it's meant to operate as is to get these stories out there. At the moment, there's on the website, there's quite a number of stories on there of different people from different backgrounds, but predominantly Muslims. And what we're seeing as the brothers who've just spoken and as the panel have spoken is the questions that they're asked are pretty much it's always the same similar questions. What branch of Islam are you involved in? When do you pray 5 times a day? Why did you go to this country? Who are those people traveling with you? Why do you have a beard? I mean, as you can see, these questions can only be asked to a specific group of people. They wouldn't ask those questions, for example, to, let's say, obviously Schedule 7 affects other people as well. It affects, for instance, Palestine activists. But they wouldn't ask those questions to them. So there is obviously a clear amount of discrimination happening here. Of course, we encourage those who are not Muslim to send their stories in to us as well. What we want to do is, also on this website, is to have it as a resource for any information and news that has come up in relation to Schedule 7. For example, the consultation that's happening on Schedule 7 at the moment. So we'll keep people updated about any changes that will be happening to the legislation. A big aspect of this is empowering people to be able to do something about what's happening to them. So what we want to do, unfortunately we weren't able to have them today, is we want to distribute eventually Know Your Rights cards. Basically a card that you can have that while if you're about to be searched, you can just quickly check and know exactly what you can do in that situation. We hope to distribute them, and there will be a booth at the back of the room in the left-hand corner where you can leave your details and we can send out those cards to you when necessary. That story booth is also, more importantly, for people to submit their stories. So if you want to submit your story at this meeting, please come to us at the end of the meeting and we will take that from you. The website is there to help people to know how to complain. How to complain to the IPCC, how to complain to the human rights groups around them, how to do something about it so that they don't feel like as if they're atomized on their own, they have alienated. That's why we want to have a clear do's and don'ts about what to do when you're being questioned, and also a step-by-step process of how to exactly campaign through these different avenues. And of course, it's going to operate as an advertisement for any workshops or events that will come up in this project, which will hopefully come on after this event as well. So once again, it's www.schedule7stories.com, and if you have a story, please send it to info@schedule7stories.com. Thank you very much.